Rising cases of kidnappings across the country are becoming a major cause for concern. South African law enforcement agencies are being urged to address this crisis, where a large number of cases involve business owners abducted for ransom. To discuss this further, I'm joined now by Chad Thomson from IRS Forensic Investigations. Chad, good afternoon. Welcome to today, and thank you very much for your time this afternoon. There's also a growing concern about those who are very vulnerable among us in society, children. I mean, on the back of Jocelyn Smith's, the 6-year-old who's still disappeared. And the question is, I mean, how can parents protect their children, for example? What measures can we take to protect ourselves against abductions?
Well, kidnapping has become a massive scourge in South Africa. We're seeing a growth in kidnap for ransom that now places us #1 in Africa, #7 in the world. We're seeing scenes in South Africa reminiscent of what was experienced in South America in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, specifically in Colombia and later in Mexico. Kidnapping for ransom in South Africa is now across the board. It affects all society. It was previously reserved, we could say, by crime syndicates for those that were very moneyed. But we're now seeing that there are people that are being kidnapped in informal settlements or in the township environment and being held for ransom for as little as 500 Rand in some instances, up to a couple of thousand Rand. But we hear more about the high-profile kidnappings where it's the millions of rands and the businessmen. So we're concerned by this rise in kidnapping. We're not just seeing kidnapping in terms of the ransom, but we're also seeing what's now being termed express kidnappings. And these kidnappings are taking place where people are being held against their will so that their bank accounts can be emptied by use of their mobile phone devices.